blessed Ash Wednesday to all of you. Once again, we're at the beginning of Lent. I like to think of the liturgical year as a spiral staircase. We come back to the same place, but we're different this year than we were last year. We've traversed the liturgical cycle one more time, and especially this past year with all of its challenges and trials and opportunities, we are certainly different people than we were 12 months ago. So this Lent will be different for us because we have been, ideally, increasingly transformed into Christ. This season bids us to go out into the desert to imitate Jesus' 40 days in the wilderness, where he faced down the devil, faced down temptation, and once again focused himself on the will of the Father and his desire to completely do the will of the Father and to utilize his divine powers, his time, his energy to fulfill the mission that he had been given. Lent is the same for us. It's time to go out into the desert with Christ, to enter into prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, to empty ourselves out, to face down our temptations, to grapple with our sin, and to know again the richness of God's mercy. Today's second reading from Paul's letter to the Corinthians powerfully reminds us that he who knew no sin was made sin for us. So Jesus never knew sin, and yet he experiences the consequences of our sin on the cross when he submits himself to death. So this whole season of Lent is a pilgrimage up to Jerusalem with the Lord, which will lead us once again to Golgotha, and Golgotha will lead us to Easter, and Easter will lead us to Pentecost, and then we're sent into the world to give witness of what we have seen and what we have heard and this Jesus that we have come to know. As we enter more deeply into go make disciples, my sincere prayer for everyone is that this Lent be a time of blessing and grace. I always say, make this the best Lent of your life, and I say that to myself. And maybe at the end of our life, God will say, is that Lent of 2021 when you really started getting it in terms of discipleship and holiness? Just want to give a plug as well. In the first week of Lent, there will be a parish mission at St. John Vianney in Janesville. I'll be preaching 5 nights. We're focusing on the Kerygma. You can certainly tune into it online. There'll be information at the diocesan website regarding it. But a great way just to kick off Lent, to just focus on the basic element of Jesus' life, death, and resurrection. So let's pray for each other this Lent, that it truly be a time of grace and renewal, of opportunity. We're not doing spiritual calisthenics to impress God. We can't do that. What we do is to empty ourselves out, prepare ourselves so that the Lord will fill us up with his grace and his mercy. Blessed Lent to all of you.